There are different kinds of transmitters from different suppliers that are used in community radio stations. In this video, we will show you a step-by-step process to set up a 50-watt transmitter at the PESIL Labs in Bangalore. This is a demonstration on how to connect the audio feed to the transmitter. In most of the transmitters, there are two audio points or connectors at the rear side of the panel. The 3-pin connectors used to connect audio equipment are called XLR cables. Every transmitter has a number of input and output connections on the back panel for power supply, RF equipment, and interconnections from audio. The back panel has different types of connectors. Audio line in for feeding the audio signals to the input of transmitter. Audio line out for demodulated output for monitoring and measurements. A 3-pin main socket for connecting the power supply with an on and off switch. The RF output for connecting to RF coaxial cable. And the USB output for remote monitoring and logging. Most community radio stations have two transmitters with an RF and changeover unit. While mounting the transmitter, one has to decide the location of the transmitter rack. Once all the equipment is placed, it can be connected to the power supply. After mounting the antenna and cable, the other end of the coaxial cable is taken inside the building to be connected to the transmitter. This is how the coaxial cable is connected to the transmitter. The transmitter should not be switched on without connecting it either to the dummy load or the antenna. Otherwise, it's likely to be damaged due to high VSWR at the open end of a connector. We can now look at what some of the meter readings mean and their significance. Interpretations of panel meter readings and alarms help us to identify the faulty unit and take necessary preventive measures to repair the faulty transmitter.